Over the next few weeks, experts will look through the voting data, exit polls, and the results to get a better look at the 2024 election. One of those areas that will be researched closely is the Rio Grande Valley. Joining us now to give us some insight about what happened last night is Sandra Sanchez with Border Report. Sandra, so nice to see you. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
The results and the voters in the valley paid close attention to three congressional races there. How did those turn out after last night?
Yeah, very notable that the number of Republicans coming out to vote and the Republican presence here is definitely increasing. Three races that we were watching here in McAllen was the 15th Congressional District, where Congresswoman incumbent Monica de la Cruz did win re-election. But, despite outraising 7 million to 2 million, her Democratic challenger, Michelle Vallejo, she had a bit of a struggle. It wasn't called till much later than expected. Moving further east to the 34th Congressional District, which is more on the Gulf Coast, Vicente Gonzalez, his race against Mayra Flores, Gonzalez, the incumbent congressman, Democratic congressman, his race wasn't really called until today, and he won by 51% to Flores' 48%. And then, of course, we have Congressman Henry Cuellar, who was the ranking member, now a senior member of the House Appropriations Committee. And, that race was much closer against Republican Jay Furman. Cuellar won 125,000 votes. Furman won 113,000 votes.
Yeah, we were watching those results, particularly with Congressman Cuellar's election last night. They were going back and forth all night, but focusing on him in particular, he won his re-election bid by just about 10,000 votes. You mentioned there some of those totals, but what effect did his indictment on bribery and money laundering charges have any effect on that election?
I think it had a lot of effect. Also, the Republican were inspired. They voted top down on the ticket, and they just showed up. They came out, they voted, and they voted with a gusto. And, this is Furman is a candidate that you didn't really hear much about. His fundraising was so scant in comparison. Cuellar is very well known in Congress, but this stain, the indictment, definitely hurt him, and he kind of just eked out that election there in Webb County.
A lot of election observers were noting the increased turnout for Republicans in particular, especially with former President Donald Trump. Last night, the results showed that President-elect Donald Trump carried every county in the Rio Grande Valley. How notable is that?
Not only did he carry all of the border counties in the Rio Grande Valley, he actually carried all 8 South Texas border counties from Cameron County on the Gulf Coast all the way to Valverde County, which includes Del Rio and the start of the Big Bend here in Texas. In the past presidential election of the South Texas counties, little rural Zapata County with 14,000 residents was the only one to support Trump the last time. Now we saw a huge shift. Today I spoke to University of Texas Rio Grande Valley political scientist Andrew Smith. He was saying that Democrats have got to figure out a way to message and to convey to their constituents the importance of getting out to vote and also understanding their needs. He really doesn't think that they did that. It's definitely showing that this area is much more Republican now. It's majority Hispanic. We have Hispanic Republicans in an area that used to be a Democratic stronghold. The numbers proved that last night.
Sandra Sanchez with Border Report, thank you again for joining us and breaking down some of those big races of the night. We appreciate it as always.
Thank you.